Haribol.
Haribol.
So welcome to Conch Online. Today we're very fortunate to have the amazing Ganga Prabhu from Mayapur, originally from Italy, Italiano. So welcome to today's show.
Thank you.
We're here at the beautiful Brahmachari Ashram here at New Govardhan. It's a sunny day, so we're very fortunate. So first of all, I just wanted to ask, just to let the viewers know a bit about yourself. So what you've been doing in Mayapur for the last, what was it, 20 years?
43 years. Actually. 43
years.
Yes.
So you could just tell me a bit about that and the viewers, that would be great.
Well, I joined in 1979. I got picked up by the Sankirtan party from Mayapur and the body in Mayapur. And I love that place. It's beautiful on the bank of the Ganges, and it's such a spiritual atmosphere that I decided to practice devotional life, and then I stayed there. And while staying there, I did many services. Starting from scratching, cleaning the pot, the bathroom, the temple cleaning.
All the nectar.
And then, distributing prasada, traveling Sankirtan for 10 years. And then also becoming one of the general manager, finally becoming assistant deputy director. So a lot of responsibility, managing a big community with 7,000 people, with 350 cows, with 400 guest house, 3 big huge kitchen, 2 different restaurants, and so on and so forth. Mayapur is the world headquarters, therefore we'd like you to come and visit that place.
Yeah, I love that place. Okay, and I wanted to ask a few questions today. So a topic I wanted to touch on today, which could help many people.
Yes.
How can we deal with the difficulties within spiritual life and stay strong within turbulent times?
Well, the idea is that we understand this material world isn't a perfect place to be. So it's imperfectly created.
Yeah.
So there will be turbulence, there will be up and down. Sometimes people think as a devotee I will have smooth life, very beautiful, chanting, dancing. Yes, it is true. Because Lord Krishna is actually diminishing our suffering, diminishing all the danger of this material world. But nevertheless, we have been tested time and time again to see how sincere and honest we are in dedicating ourselves in the service of the Lord. So in every opportunity which comes, we take shelter of Krishna, we surrender to Him, we take advice from the assembled Vaishnava, we take always inspiration from the Acharyas, who have thread the path for us very clean and very clear. So it's very easy to perform devotional life in association with good people. They're happy, they're chanting, they're dancing, there's nice food, there's nice atmosphere, and so that's the best place in the world to be, with the association of devotees. I
agree with that, very true. Another question is, what moments have taught you the most within your spiritual journey?
Well, every moment in your spiritual life, it's always intense, it's always rare, it's always juicy, it's always ecstatic. So of course there are many steps in your life which you go through: initiation by the spiritual master, then I got married, then I have children, and then I have grandchildren.
It's like a chain of nice
and then
moments.
Also I was requested to do the service on making the big Panchatattva Didi. Each one is 2,400 kg. We were in South India with Janani Prabhu, who is the head Pujari in Mayapur, for more than 2 years, making sure that these Didi were nicely made. And so that was also very wonderful. And so take responsibility. Whatever ability we have, we can use that in the service of the Lord. And it doesn't really matter what we know how to do. Whatever we know how to do, we can engage that faculty, that talent in the service of the Lord.
Yeah.
And through that service, realization comes about we are the eternal being, servant of the Lord.
Yeah, very nice. Another question is, if you could be Marty McFly of Back to the Future and get in that DeLorean and go back into time, and go to your, how old were you when you came into
22.
If you could go to your 22-year-old self, just becoming a devotee, what information would you give him? What advice would you give to 22-year-old self Ganga?
Most probably I will tell him, just do it all over again.
Yeah.
Because see, being in association with people who love you, people who care for you, people who are like your brother and sister, your uncle, and then your father and mother, grandfather, grandmother, you have many reference points.
Yeah.
And so you absorb, you learn from all of them, and that makes you feel so comfortable.
Yeah.
Of course there is sometimes people try to torture you or give you a hard time. But then you have to become tolerant. You know, you have to become more tolerant than a tree, more humble than a blade of grass. This is the teaching of our Vaishnava culture. And so if you take humble position always, you are ready to take anything in the world, and you are able to move on always with great joy and happiness.
Okay, very nice. Okay, now I've got 5 bullet questions.
Sure.
So the first one is, what is your favorite food?
Italian.
Italiano.
I'm sorry, I'm conditioned.
Italiano. Favorite hobby? I think I got an idea which one it is.
I was a motocross racer, so
I thought so.
My natural hobby is fixing things, especially motorcycle, but I like, my nature is to always fix things.
Okay,
wherever I go, I'm sure there is some
I've seen that way you've been
there
here.
There is something to do, so because maintenance, in charge of maintenance is Vishnu, the Supreme Lord, who created this world and maintain it, and Shiva destroys. So I feel like obliged to maintain whatever Krishna is giving us, because look at this, he's giving us so much beauty, so much wonderful things, and then if we can maintain them or help the things to grow nicely, and then that's my job, that's my hobby.
The next question is, the most inspiring person?
Well, one of the most inspiring person was my spiritual master, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami, Guru Maharaj, who went through a lot in his life, and still today is going through a lot, but still his determination to serve the mission of Srila Prabhupada is never dwindled. Sometimes I think myself that if I would be in his position, maybe I would jump in the Ganga and say, forget this body's finished. I cannot do anything, but he's relentlessly go on preaching Krishna consciousness in every situation, in every moment of his life. So that's a very great inspiration. Above that, I would say Srila Prabhupada is an inspiration for everybody, because he's our founder Acharya, alone, a man, went to America. He was 70 years old, with no money, with a bunch of books, and he established this organization for the benefit of all living entities. This is truly amazing.
Yeah.
This is a great inspiration for me.
And the next one is, most life-changing moment?
Most life-changing moment, well, when you get married, your life change. When you have children, your life change. And now I'm Vanaprastha and traveling with His Holiness Bhanu Swami. But you see, there are different stages of life, and then if you are ready to change accordingly as the Lord desire, following a path which is predetermined and prescribed for us human beings, then we are always safe and always sweet and always nice. Yeah,
very nice. And the last one of the bullet questions is, the greatest moment of your life?
The greatest moment of my life, well, there are many, but just imagine taking prasadam with 20,000 people when we distribute prasadam in Shantipur, or when we have Jagannath festival. Every year I drive the chariot Lord Jagannath in Calcutta since 40 years. And sometimes we go through a very narrow road which has 2 inches this side, 2 inches that side. There are millions of people pulling the chariot. I keep on pushing the brake always, otherwise these people pull too fast and somebody falls down, you can crash them. So, but you know, it's always every moment of my life, I think, would say that it's always great.
Very nice.
Fantastic. To be in association with the body is very unique. So my advice to everybody who sees this video, everybody who would like to read this article, is that get in association of these wonderful, most happy and most relishing people, which are the devotee of the Lord. Yeah, well, thank you. I feel very fortunate to be in your association, and I'm sure all of New Govardhan feel the same way. Please come back after you go back to Mayapur. Sure, I will. It's been an absolute pleasure. So thank you. It's a great pleasure for me to be here, and for you to accept me here and to remain in association of all the devotees. And I'd like to thank the temple president who allow us to stay here. Thank you so much. Very nice. All right, we'll see you next time on Conch Online. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Thank you.